years ago, Big Al, he kind of got tired of her being in there, and he actually bit off the last 8 inches of Allie's tail. So he busted out the gate, and we found her in the parking lot the next morning. So she kind of filed for divorce, packed her bags, took half of Big Al's things, and she moved over to that big pond over there, where she began dating Kong, the second largest alligator. There's a kind of funny thing with that. Big Al, he's 13'4" and 80 years old. Allie would be 9 foot, but now she's 8'4", and she's about 60. Kong is 12'7", and he's 30 years old. So she kind of moved over the world and got her a younger man. However, just recently we decided, you know what, we want to put those together in their own pond. And we did. We moved both of them in their pond, and they stayed in there for about a total of 1 night. At least Kong stayed there 1 night. He immediately decided, I like my old pond better. I had a lot more girls there. Climbed over the fence on one side, climbed the other fence to his old pond, and got back in there with all his females. So now Allie's left there with no man. It's in her pond over there.
Nobody likes her. They can climb over the fence?
Yeah, literally there's a giant bow in the fence where he just kind of...
They just
Wow.
over?
Now, Big Al was found back in 1984 in a man's catfish pond. Now, the man really didn't want him there, so he called Carson Wildlife to see if they would come remove him. They said, yeah, we'll be out there in a few days. Well, a few days turned to a few weeks, and a few weeks turned into never showing up. So he decided to take matters into his own hands. As you see, there's kind of an indentation on his left shoulder. That's where the man shot him point blank in the shoulder with a 12-gauge shotgun. He sunk to the bottom of the pond, one rose to the top. Man thought he'd done the deed and killed Big Al. Well, he comes out there a few days later, and Big Al was alive and well, and a little ticked off, and was trying to eat the man's golden retriever.
Oh, wow.
So he was tired of that. Carson Wildlife wouldn't come remove him. He couldn't kill him, so he called the man that owned this farm. So they roped him up and brought him back here to use him as a breeder male. Now, he got into a fight once he arrived with the current alpha male. Big Al at the time was 12'2". The alpha male, Big Bubba, was 13'1". Big Bubba actually grabbed him by the arm and death rolled and nearly ripped it off. However, he shook free, Big Al grabbed Big Bubba by the bottom jaw, head shook, ripped it off, and killed him. So he has been the alpha male of this park ever since.
Wow.